for this session. So to start the session on a lighter note, this is a startup for the topic today. So can we imagine that we can have a job out of something like criticizing something or some product or some service? So to tell somebody that they are wrong is called criticism. And yes, we do have a job for that, that is called testing. So testing is a profession where we found the issue or the fault or the shortcoming with the product or software or application or anything related to software. And this is a constructive criticism, and this is done to improve the overall quality or the performance or the usability of the application that we are our customer is using. So my name is Naazir Uddin, and I welcome you all and to the presentation, and thanks for joining. I am working with Oracle from the past 13 years as a principal QA engineer for Oracle SaaS development operations, which is software as a service, where we help to provide quality software to help customers seamlessly adopt Oracle cloud applications. And I have a total 15 plus years of experience in software quality assurance with expertise in both functional and non-functional quality assurance, as well as in manual and automation testing. The objective of this presentation is to make us all aware about the basics of software testing, what it is, what is the importance, where it can be used, and what are the roles and career opportunities in this field. So starting with the first slide today, what is software quality assurance, or which is also very popularly known as software testing? So to summarize in just two statements, it is checking the product or application or service, whatever it is, it does what it is supposed to do. This is the first statement. Along with that, this statement is not complete if it doesn't cover the second, which is it should not do what it is not supposed to do. Okay, or for an example, if I am searching for a software job in any of the search portal, search engine, it should not return results for software product or services or some ads for different kind of software. So this is known as the issue. It should return what it is supposed to meant for, what it is supposed to develop for. I hope this very basic points are clear to you. Now coming to the benefits of software testing. So it prevents the bug, which is the major cause of software failures. And bug can be anything from just a spelling mistake in a page or misalignment of a button to a major issue like a plane crash or issue with the crashing of trading terminal, which caused huge financial burden on the companies and their businesses. So first benefit is preventing bugs from coming into the system, reducing development cost, because what happened if the lot of bugs are introduced in the product and when they go to the market, and when it is supposed to fix from when it is already shipped to the market, then it costs a lot of money to the companies for fixing the issue. So if the software is good, it will reduce the cost of development software product or services. And it will be having very good functionality, sound functionality. User is able to use it without any issue. User is having a better user experience. It is not annoying, like when you are clicking on, like we have seen a lot of softwares, especially from the public sector, the kind of software that they are being manufactured and rushed to the market, where we see like a lot of issue customers are facing, especially we have seen in the last few years regarding the IT filing and other things where where users are not able to apply for the jobs. Most of the time server is down or the application is not performing properly. So this causes like a lot of reputation and financial losses to the company which are using those kind of software. And along with that, the another benefit is it will raise the performance of the software. So we have seen like in the past, like with the e-commerce portal crashing when there is a lot of load or when the sale is coming up. So now these companies are very particular about testing the performance of the software, so that when it goes to the market, it should not break, even if the even if large number of users log in at the same time. So why software testing is important? Because software bug could be very expensive, very dangerous, and it can cause loss to human life as well as monetary loss. Like the history is full of such examples. I will give you a very, very recent example of last Wednesday, where Google, which is child company of Alphabet Inc., created a product for AI chatbot, and while giving the demo for that chatbot, it was showing incorrect information. Because of this, the company lost around 100 billion in market value in last Wednesday, just few days back from like today. So you can imagine like what is 100 billion. It is like almost the GDP of some small countries. So it can cause such a big damage to the market value and the reputation of companies. We have seen like in the recent past, we have AI search engine, which is called ChatGPT. So in competition with that, Google has come up with another alternative AI chatbot. So, and that has created a lot of bad reputation and financial loss to the company. So that is the importance of testing. So this area is not very highlighted and it's not very popular, but it is a very important part of software development life cycle and overall product development. Like companies are taking product companies are taking this area very particularly. The tester has a huge responsibility of go, no go, giving go or no go to the product. So along with that, there are a lot of examples mentioned. Here I have mentioned some of the very famous issues with the software glitch, like Bloomberg terminal crashes, and like 300,000 traders were affected with that. And then Nissan has to recall the cars, almost like more than 1 million cars due to software issue with their airbag. And then Starbucks has to stop taking the payment because of POS failure. Amazon has to face the issue with reduced pricing, which caused them like a lot of financial losses. Then the vulnerability with Windows 10 and plane crash, Chinese airline crashes due to software bug. So like that, like there are so many things. Along with that, if customers see a lot of issues with the product or application, he try to find the alternative application, and you will lose the customer, which is the sole purpose of companies, to increase the customer base, to increase the revenue. So like that, there are other examples also. So we will not go through each and everything, but just to highlight the importance of software bugs or defect, I have mentioned all these things. So on a general rule, what is the cost of software bug? So if a defect costs like 1 unit, for example, if it is costing $1 to fix in the requirement and designing phase, it costs $10 to fix in system testing, acceptance testing. And more than that, it costs more than 100 units or $100 to fix in production. So you can imagine the cost increasing from development phase to production phase from 1 to 100. Like means if requirement and design phase if it is costing $1,000, and whereas if you doesn't fix the issue, if you doesn't catch the issue, it will cost you $100,000 in production. Because what happened in production, it has to go to the market and then come back. So that process, overall process is costing a lot to the company. So this is the importance, financial importance of software testing. So to give you a overall picture of where this testing fits in. So this is a typical software development life cycle, and software quality assurance is the fourth phase. First one is planning analysis, second one designing, third one is implementation, which is a development like coding, and then it comes to software and integration. So, but this is a very old and very typical development life cycle. But now what is happening? It has evolved a lot. With agile practices, we are seeing now that started with QA. The team is starting with QA from the planning phase itself. When the functionality is written, that time only QA team will start writing the test cases and test plan and designing the test according to the requirement. Whatever project they are developing, they study the requirement and started planning according to that. Along with that, there is one more model called behavior-driven development or test-driven development, where the test cases are written first. Means the first phase is the testing phase only, where the test is written first. It is then executed, failed, and then it goes to developer, where developer develop the code and then and give it to the tester again to verify. So that is a testing oriented development. So this is where the testing fits in. And coming to the type of software testing, so it can be broadly classified into two types. So we can have like a lot of different categorization and subcategorization, but for a common audience, this is more broader and bigger picture. We can say like it is classified into functional and non-functional. So how can we define functional testing? Functional testing is what the product does. Whatever functionality, if application or product is having, it's called functionality. And testing that functionality, it is called functional testing. It can be understood as a testing all the features that appear when user open the application. For example, I open the banking application, Google search engine, my WhatsApp, Facebook, or any social media site or Amazon. Okay, whatever inside you see, whatever functionality you see, it is called function, and testing that functionality is called functional testing. And here we validate the software against the application functional requirement. The functional requirement is given by the design and development team. So they will decide what will happen when you open the application, which page you will land to, and where the login will be placed, where the search bar will be placed, where the product catalog is placed. According to that, we test whether the current application which is developed is matching with the requirement or not. So this testing check user interface, API, database, security, client-server communication, and other functionality of the application under test. So some examples are unit testing, smoke testing, sanity, integration testing, black box, user acceptance testing. These are some of the examples of functional testing. So non-functional testing can be understood as testing all features that are outside the application or non-functional part. For example, installation, performance, stress, some type of security, penetration testing, because these are things which are not the function of the application. Application is not using that. So that falls under non-functional category, but that is important as well for overall stability of the application. So some of the examples are performance, reliability, scalability. So these are very much technical terms, and this has been taken care by team which handle non-functional testing part. So then, see, these are the two very basic things. First, we have to cover what is testing, and then type of testing, and third main thing is execution approach. So these are very important topic. If you have to keep in mind, if you want to pursue career or if you are into software development, you should know all these basic things. What are these terminologies and what is the execution approach, type of testing, why it is important, and what we do in the testing, where it falls in the overall software development life cycle. So coming to execution approach, so it is broadly again categorized into two main things, which is manual testing and automation testing. Manual is one where the execution involves human interaction. A user will sit and read the test cases and then start executing on the application and check whether the expected result is matching with the actual output. And if it doesn't match, then they will file an issue. Example of this manual execution test cases, like user going to the, if you are testing banking application, going to the site, you should be able to log in with the valid credentials. You should be able to see the balance, fund transfer, and all those things. If a user which is not having valid credentials shouldn't be able to log in and perform those operations. And coming to the automation is it is where the tools are used to automate the testing process. Whatever has been done by manual testing, same operations are performed with the help of some tools which are meant for testing, functional testing. So some of the very popular tools are Selenium and UFT for functional automation, SOAP UI, Postman for API. Other tools are also there, and JMeter, Grinder, etc. for performance testing. These are some of the tools. So one important thing we have to keep in mind, like we should know what kind of testing we have to automate and what kind of testing we have to do it manually. What is more suitable for manual, what is more suitable for automation. So for manual testing, there are some tasks which are not being able to automate. Okay, so those kind of things which we are there, which we have to do it manually. For automation, anything which can be done by a software. For example, Selenium is a tool which can automate the web browser. So whatever operations you perform on a web browser, it can be done by Selenium or UFT. Similarly, API testing manually, it's a very time consuming, and it is always beneficial to automate that. Okay, again, performance testing, you cannot bring in like 400, 500 or 200 or 1000 users to sit at the same time and perform operation. So it is not at all a wise decision to have a performance or load testing manually. So it is always better to go with some tool like JMeter or load runner or whatever tools are available in the market. So performance, it's almost like 100% we have to go. For API testing also, most of the time we have to go. For functional testing, yes, there are some scenarios where it is not possible to automate. And for most of the operations on web, one more important thing which we have to consider while going for functional automation with Selenium or UFT or any other UI automation tool. So we have to think first, what operations are repeating, what test cases we have to do it every week or every day or very frequently. We have to first catch those test cases and automate those. And we should avoid automating those cases or those areas where we are not interacting too much, because automation development, automation execution, and automation maintenance is another area which we have to keep on working in developing and maintaining this and execution and reporting. So we have to take a balanced approach, and we have to work according to the condition. What is the actual scenario and we have to identify what is beneficial, cost as well as time. We have to majorly consider these two factors. One is cost and another thing is time. So it should either of these efforts, manual efforts or automation efforts, it should be weighed on the basis of time and cost. So we should get either of these benefit, time and cost. So coming to the skills required for software tester or software testing. So there are two set of skills. One is non-technical skills and another one is technical skills. So the thing is, this is one field in software development where a lot of people from non-technical backgrounds are also coming and they are performing very well. So, excuse me, someone is on. Someone's mic is on. Can you please mute yourself? Okay. So, sorry for disturbance. So, what I was telling is there are two kinds of skills. One is non-technical skills, another set is technical skills. So because for manual testing and even for automated test execution, it doesn't require very technical skills, and people from non-technical backgrounds can also come and join in this field, and they can easily make their career in software testing. Being from non-technical background, they can make their career in software testing. So these are some of the skills which is mostly kind of mindset you have to develop to be to have a good career or to perform good in software testing. Analytical skill is something like where you have to think and break down the problem. A good software tester should have like sharp analytical skill. So this will help break up the complex software system into a smaller unit to gain better understanding and create test cases. So this is more about the mindset. If you have that kind of mindset, or if you can develop the mindset or these skills, non-technical skills like communication skill, which is again an interpersonal skill, you can have a like very good career in software testing. And believe me, like it is not considered at par with development, but in some companies which are developing very good products, they take software testing or quality assurance very, very seriously, and they pay their QAs at almost at par with developer. So another thing is communication skills. So this is, of course, is one of the skills required for tester or any other field. So most companies hire graduates based on the strong communication skill. Sometimes dealing with the developer, even in the event of bug or any other issue, will require like shade of discreetness and diplomacy. You have to communicate, because sometimes development team is not ready to accept some issue as a bug or a glitch. So you have to pursue them. Then attitude. So you have to have like test to break the attitude, detail oriented, willing to learn and suggest process improvement. Sometimes say what happened, tester work on the software as a user, like as an end user. So sometimes you get the idea of with testing that this feature should not be implemented as is. It should be implemented in some different way. So if you have that kind of attitude, you can communicate with the development team and design team and can come up with a suggestion. And I have seen in my professional career, like a lot of team listen to their tester, because they can explain them the user, how user approaches that, and they change the design also. And I have seen like instances, and the passion to learn new things, because what happened, like sometimes you are working on one application, another time another application or one domain to another domain. So you have the attitude and passion to learn new things, how things are working. That will add value to your professional career as well as skill set. Then attention to details. So since this role requires a lot of inspection, like sometimes inspecting minor things repeatedly. So one must be attentive to requirement specification, going through the requirement and checking whether the application is developed according to the requirement. And then this is out of box thinking. Think about unconventional, creative, and different than usual ways of identifying the issues or to improve the quality. So this is one of the skill which will be in demand in future, because as we have seen, the AI is replacing a lot of repeated tasks or things which can be things which have been done in the past. It is learning from whatever data it has in the past and now implementing and using that data. But creativity is one skill which AI can't replace. So creativity is the skill of future. You have to think out of box. You have to think unusual, which has not been done before, trying different ideas. So this is another skills required. And then productivity. So like what happened, comprehensive testing is not possible. You cannot test the all the conditions in that particular software. So you have to be smart enough. You have to judge. You have to weigh in your experience. So you must take smart choices about which area to touch and which area to dig deeper. So there are some rules. If you study software quality assurance engineering, which area is more probable to get more issues, and which area will get less. So these are some of the skills, non-technical skills. Along with that, we have these technical skills. So these skills are also required, but just you need to have some basic knowledge for database SQL, and then as we all work on Windows and Linux, so little bit like only some of the mostly used command that is sufficient to start with the testing. And then there are some tools which are used in software testing, which are must, like test management tools. That is where you maintain all your test, the execution record, and the results, along with the defect tracking tools. Defect tracking tool is one of the very important tool in software testing. Whenever we found any issue, we report it here, and the defect are being tracked through defect tracking tool. And excuse me. And then if you are into the automation side, you must know and have hands-on experience on automation tool, which I have just now in the last two slides I have explained: Selenium, JMeter, or SOAP UI. Coming to the in-demand roles so these are several roles in demand in software testing. As companies continue to place a high priority on quality and reliability of their software system, some of the most in-demand roles in software and testing industry is these. So first one, which is a software tester, is the entry-level role, and that involves executing test cases, reporting defects, and verifying fixes. So this is the role which has been given to the entry level or whosoever joined recently or new into the industry, or a fresh grad, so that they can learn how to execute the test cases, how to execute the test plan, go by test plan, and report defects, verifying the fixes. Once the defect is reported, it went to the development team, and then it is having some life cycle. Then it come again back to the tester, so that it can be verified that the issue is fixed, and then it is closed. Then test engineering role. So the test engineer is responsible for designing and executing test plan, test cases, as well as like analyzing and reporting on the test result. Then comes automation engineer. So in last 2 years, there is very high demand of automation test engineer, and basically like they look for a person with 2 to 5 years of experience. So this range category is it was in huge demand from last 2 years, and I know people like switching, starting their career 3 years back and like move to like very good salary range and experience and at a good level in the company because of these test automation skills. Then performance testing is another area. It's responsible for performance, scalability, and reliability of software applications using. So this is again requires some technical knowledge and tools. Security tester, this is the in trend. It it is responsible for evaluating the security of software application, identifying potential vulnerabilities. So this software, this was like not very common in the past, so the security tester, but now it is moving up. It is coming in the trend because of more emphasis on security, mostly in the cloud. So this is again very good area. If we can develop the skill set required for software tester, we can get very good jobs in future. So test manager, again, this is for leading and coordinating the testing efforts of software development project. So DevOps engineer is like a holistic, means it requires a lot of technical skills. It includes testing, deployment, monitoring, everything. Like it is a full stack kind of job. Then we have a mobile tester, specialized in testing mobile application. So here we have to have a focus on testing application on iOS and Android apps on various devices and platforms. These are some of the most in-demand roles in software testing. But the specific roles and titles may vary depending upon the organization and the specific need of the project. So this is the market outlook. So this was taken like 2 or 3 months back. So from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. So overall, like employment of software developer, quality assurance analyst, and tester is projected to grow 25% in this 10 years from 21 to 31, and it is much faster than all other documents. So this is one of the area, if someone is considering, it's having a good future and lot of scope. So then I have explored some opportunities, and those who want to start into software testing as a job as a software tester. So for like 2 to 5 years experience, there are a lot of opportunities if you get into, and there are a lot of work from home options also, and it is easier to switch from non-technical background to software testing. So this is all I have in this presentation. Apart from that, there are a lot of resources available to learn, like guru99.com. Along with that, there are some books also. One of the very good book for learning software testing is The Art of Software Testing. So it is a very old book, and still it is very much relevant in the market. So these are this is all I want to share with you. So if you have any questions, I can take it.
No, sir.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair, Naazir bhai. It was very useful for all of us. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Manikrishnan, please tell me.
Yeah, sir. First of all, thank you, sir. You give a brief introduction about test engineer, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, if you would give suggestion for non-IT, sir, for choosing career in IT, sir, what are the suggestions, sir?
So one of since I am from quality QA, software QA, I can. So what I can tell you is this is one field where I've seen in the past, and I'm seeing like a lot of people from non-technical background are able to switch into software industry, and they are like successfully able to pursue their career in quality assurance. So for this, if you want, you can start with exploring some video tutorials, or you can join some courses in your area wherever you are located. So you can start with this, and once you do some kind of courses, so it is very important to have a hands-on experience. Try to do some project, either do it for free or as a volunteer, or go to some training institute, because there it is very important to have hands-on experience, because software quality assurance is not is very theoretical topic. When you study, it's a very theoretical, but you will get insight only when you work on actual product or service or software. So whatever it is, so I will suggest you to first go through the videos, tutorials available on YouTube, and this uh, search on Google, these two things, and then try to do some project somewhere, or like get a paid training on project training on that, and then like you can easily crack the interviews. From the last 2 years, I've seen a lot of people like making into this with the help of these techniques, learning techniques.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one last question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, like I want to be an automation test engineer, sir. For that, I have to
Okay.
work in manual is compulsory, sir, or it is not like that.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So it's a very good question. So actually, what happened when you do automation, what you are doing is you are automating the same stuff that is being performed by manual tester.
Yes.
So what you have to do, if you don't know manual testing, you will find it difficult to automate also. You won't get the end-to-end scenarios, or you won't be able to understand what is the output of some input, or how the function performs. So it is always better whenever we have a new hire or a fresh engineer, we put them in the manual testing for first few months, so that they understand the product and the process of software testing. Once they understand that, we then move them to the automation side, because you need two things to come into automation. First is you have to have the basic soft manual testing skills. Then you have to have the product knowledge, and the third thing is you have to have the technical skills for automation. For example, you have to learn Selenium, you have to learn the language in which you automate. Like Selenium is a set of APIs that you use with some of the languages like Java, .NET, JavaScript. So there is a learning curve when you move to automation. It is almost like a development job. So it is always better to follow these steps: learn manual testing, learn the product, and then go into the automation part. So then your journey will be very smooth. Otherwise, what happens? You will always be dependent on the some team for some issues, and for your doubts. So I will very strongly suggest you, Mani Krishna, to first have knowledge about manual testing, because it is very easy. If you are just graduate, I can guarantee you that you can able to learn. If you give just 2-3 hours daily, you will be able to learn it just within one month. That is sufficient for manual testing. Okay, these are the techniques. Whatever techniques that you learn, you need to give time to implement those techniques.
Excuse me, sir.
What is Yeah.
Sir,
What is the,
as you are
yes.
you are saying about manual testing,
Mhm.
give me some tips to understanding automation, sir, about Selenium or any tools about that.
Okay. So, so, so again, what I have just reiterate that first you have to go through this manual testing uh, courses, and once you are done with that, then you learn some language, and after learning that language, you have to learn the tool called Selenium or UFT to implement that knowledge in uh, your
Hello, Assalamu
project.
alaikum, sir.
Yeah, walaikum assalam.
Yes.
Jazakallah
Sir,
khair
I
for
have
all
a
the
last question,
information.
sir.
I have one question, sir. Can you please tell me about
Okay.
the ISTQB certificate, sir? Is it worth it doing?
Yeah. Is it Fazil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So ISDQB certificate is not very relevant, but if you are starting your career from non-technical background, yes, it will give you an edge over other, because companies will see that, okay, even though you are from non-technical background, you are holding some kind of credentials of some kind. But once you are in the industry and if you have some experience, then it is not very, it won't add lot of weight to your profile or the resume.
Okay.
So,
Can you please explain me how to apply for that? What are the materials to prepare? Is it
okay,
all?
so what I will do, I will give my uh, I will give my email ID. You can connect with me here, because in the interest of time, it will take long time to tell you the process.
Okay. Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, so you just send an email to me. I will certainly reply to you within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so
Hello, sir.
I will also drop you an email.
yeah,
Please include me also in the discussion so that
sure. So any kind of guidance if you want in quality assurance, you can get in touch with me through my email address. I will certainly reply to your mail if I am able to solve. Otherwise, I will connect you to the right person for your query.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
hello. Assalamu alaikum,
Yes.
Naazir.
Yes.
I had a question, with the as we are seeing now these days, AI is booming too fast.
Yes.
So, is there anything, any impact going to happen for quality assurance engineers?
See, what I will say is AI is going to impact each and every field. Okay, so where it will not impact is, so what AI is doing is it will learn from the past. Whatever we have done in the past, now it is able to make out how to implement those things from learning all that has been done and recorded in the past. If there is no past, there is no AI. Okay, so it will make use of the data that is available. So what I feel, it will come up. There will be few tools in the future where AI will impact quality assurance. But since I feel testing requires creativity, so you have to think about the product, how to break the product. That capabilities, if you have, like, then AI will help you instead of making us obsolete. It will help us if we are able to think, if we are able to make use of AI to perform better testing. So this is what I feel. Certainly, like this thing will be there. Some tool will come up. As of now, I am not aware of any tool, but I strongly feel that in future there will be tools which will be helping us or replacing human being in software testing. See, as of now, if you see what automation is doing, what they are doing is they are removing the redundant effort. There are like 200, 300 test cases which a user is doing it. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of my team. We have some tools. We are testing those tools, and we require almost 2 days to upload to test those tools, because that tool require us to upload like large file up to 100 GBs. So we have automated that, and with the help of automation, we are able to do just in 8 hours. And for that also, human intervention is just for few minutes, like initially executing the test suite, and at the end analyzing the results. Okay, so automation has already done what it is supposed to do, like obsoleting the or removing the redundant efforts. So you have to be smart. Like software keeps new type of software will keep on coming, and there will be intuitive ways of testing that, and so this job will remain. But what will like who will survive? Those who can use artificial intelligence to perform their job better, to be more productive, to be more smart. Those people will survive. And if we keep on doing the regular stuff, then today or tomorrow, technology will replace you. So it is always better to learn new skills and implement those skills to perform the job and outsmart others. Does this answer your question? Okay. So, Mani Krishna, you're asking something.
Yes, sir. Few minutes back you told about a tool called Selenium, sir. For
Yes.
that, which programming language is better, sir? Like now I am learning Java, sir. Java plus Selenium.
Yeah. So it support
Like
around
six.
six.
Some are telling like Java is Python is very good for that. Like some
So
are telling.
what?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So what I will suggest you, it's supposed to, I think, around 6 or 8 languages. So Java is mostly in demand, and it has been there with Java from last, I think, around 6 to 8 years. So learning Java will never fail you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Once you are done with Java, you can learn Python as well, Selenium along with Python also, because it's very easy. So if you are targeting the tougher thing, now you
Yes,
will
sir.
get the easier stuff conveniently. So target for Java only. Once you have the basic concept of Java, understanding of Java, how to implement, what is interface, how to use collections. These are few things that you have to learn in Java to use Selenium. Once you are familiar with that, now I can tell you, I will guarantee you, you can switch to any other language within just a few weeks. That is the only thing.
Yes, sir.
So I will ask you to concentrate on Java, because Java is object oriented and more strict language. So you will be more disciplined, you will be learning more, you will be doing more mistakes in that, and it won't allow you to do that mistake. So all those things will make you a better programmer at the end of the day, and a better and then in future, if you have experience with a tougher thing, you can easily switch to easier thing. So don't see, it's like a driving car. Once you know driving Maruti 800, you can, with certain adjustment, you can drive Jeep also, you can drive SUV also, you can drive Mercedes also. Just you need to know like how to shift the gears, where is the accelerator, how smooth it is, how much I have to press the brakes or accelerator. So these are the adjustments you have to make. So whatever you learn in Java, like for example, you learn type of data types, same will be there in Python, same will be there in JavaScript. Then you learn control structure, same will be there with little bit of difference. Similarly, you learn object oriented, similar things will be there. Syntax will change and little bit of functionality will change. So you are on the right track, what I will feel. So, but don't miss out on manual testing. You should
Yes,
know
sir,
the
yes.
concept. If someone tell you we are doing integration testing for, and you please automate those things, then you should understand what are the test cases I have to pick up for integration testing and automate. Okay. If you don't know about the integration testing and you don't know which cases are there, what functionalities I have to cover, then you will be having dependency on someone else. And more you dependent, it will slow you down. And sometimes it has a loss of reputation also. Because being in some industry or some field, you should know the basics of that.
Yes, sir. And how much web technology is important for testers, sir, like HTML, CSS and all?
Yeah, so you have to have understanding. See, for example, if you are if you have, or I don't know if you have already covered locators or not. So you have to have understanding of all those 8 locators, because what happened, very basic things what we do in automation is we launch the application, identify what actions we have to perform, and to perform that action we have to identify the field or button or checkbox, radio box, anything in the or text. We have to identify. To identify that, we have to have the knowledge of the locators, CSS. So little bit knowledge is required. It is very good. So DOM, you need DOM. You need to know about the different locators. So which is not very tough. So once you learn that, it will be very convenient for you to work with the objects on a web page. So yes, the short answer is yes, it is important, but you need not to have a very deep knowledge about everything CSS, HTML, JavaScript, but you should know how to the level of object identification. I will say you need to know.
Yes, sir.
Just object identification. Because without object identification, you won't be able to perform your test.
And thank you so much, sir. You give a very good these things about testing, sir. For freshers, this section is very important, very useful, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So my target is to make you understand. I was covering everything to just a
Yes,
very
sir.
basic level. If you can tell about these things as a fresher, people will consider you like that for the job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At
This
least
section is
initially,
very good, sir.
because
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Hello, sir. Thank you for your last answer on AI also. I figured that I was speaking on mute. That really answered my question.
Yeah.
So do
Thanks.
we have any other questions? Any last question?
Yes, since you told that ISTQB certification is not that relevant, are there any other certifications that would really help quality assurance engineers to boost in their careers?
Quality assurance engineer, what I will say is, if you are particularly targeting some domain, for example, if you are targeting supply chain management, or if you are targeting Salesforce, or you are targeting BFSI or ERP, CRM, you get the certificate in that. Okay, so Kizar, you have asked a very good question. So, okay, I forget to cover this topic. So to be relevant in software industry, along with testing, get one more additional skill, be it any kind of software like ERP, CRM, or anything, whatever you like. Okay,
Yeah.
get that one more certificate, because in my career and in my friend circle, I have seen those who have these 2 categories. See, you should not be an expert in that domain. What I am asking you is to have a knowledge. Okay,
Correct.
just
Yeah.
knowledge how ERP work, how CRM work, and what are the softwares, and like what are Oracle apps. If you are interested in Oracle, if you are in interested in SAP, what are the applications and how it works? Just basic understanding. You need not to develop or demonstrate something. You should have basic understanding. If you get that skill along with the testing,
Yeah.
either either automation testing or manual testing. If you get these combination of skills, you will be having a flying career. Because I have seen those who have these two skills, and it is not very difficult. You just need to you should be just 20% of that skill. You should know 20% of those software if you are targeting that any field. You will be having flying career. Like I have seen people who have these who are covering both the tracks. They are almost 1.5x to 2x from their peers. So this thing, just please make a point of this, and you will realize this in your career when you go ahead in your career, and it will be very fruitful.
Yeah, I've made a point of this also.
Anyone starting career in software testing, just even if you are very slow, just keep going in that direction, and it will pay you off very handsomely.
Great.
So I have one question from Nalin Pushpu. Which certifications are important in testing? So I have told you, if you are new, if you are a fresher, or if you are switching your career, you can go for ISTQB. For details, you can send, for any guidance, you can send an email to me. I will try to reply you as soon as possible. Okay, we have already covered this. How to grow as a freelance software tester? What are the platforms I can apply on? So there are a lot of Fivers is there, freelancer. I have few for software testing as well, but as of now, I don't remember. If you send me the mail, I will try to search and reply to you. Okay, first, another thing, you should have profile on LinkedIn. Yeah, just a minute. I am answering to this question. So you should have profile on LinkedIn saying that you are offering this service, and if you don't have any prior experience, just do it for free for some time, because doing it for free add you an experience which other people will not give you. You have to perform interviews and everything. So just try to be in the beginning, try to be cheap. And once you have the experience, you can put it in your portfolio. I have this much years of experience. I have worked for these clients. It will give you a preference. And if you have contact for freelancing, just try to find out small businesses in US, Europe, Canada. Okay, and directly go to their website. Try to find some issues and tell them, sir, we have, I'm a software tester and I'm a freelancer. I am very much interested in the kind of work that you are doing, and I have gone through your website. Your website has these many issues, and if you like, I will review it for free because I like the work that you are doing. So this is how you can connect and build the reputation. Because see, if I just create my profile on any of the freelancing website and doing nothing, no one will come and check me. So you have to be relevant for that person. So another question. Yeah, someone is asking question. I stop in between. Sorry. Please go ahead. Okay. So
hello.
Yes.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum, sir. I am Juveria Khan.
Yes.
Sir, I gave an exam of an IS2QB exam for 21st January, and I have got 40 out of 19 marks. So, sir, how to prepare to again this exam? Please suggest me.
Okay. So again, I will ask you to send an email. I will share the details. I will share the courses, how to prepare for that. So here, if we cover, it will take a lot of time and it will may not be relevant to all.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
So another question, I want to do a manual testing from start. Can you guide me? Okay, I can guide you. I will. Okay, so there are a lot of questions regarding this. I will create a page and share with you. Just send an email. Like maybe in 1 week or so, I'll create a page just for basic starting this thing testing concept. I will create. There is a lot of material available. If you go through that, it is sufficient. But what I will suggest is to do some project. Without that, you won't get a nick of this thing. Okay. So whosoever is asking for this ISD QB and courses, please mail me. I will create a group or I will create a page and then share details with all of you. That will be helpful. Please
Okay, sir. Thank you.
write down my email address. Okay. So that's all we have in the meeting chat. If there are any other questions, we can take up. Otherwise, we can close this session. Meanwhile, Saif Bhai can stop the recording.
Okay, Jazakumullah khair. Yeah, sure, Naazir bhai.
Hello?